What up, everybody? Welcome back to the UFC 311 post show. It's your boy Kyle DiOrio with my lovely, beautiful, sexy co-host
Robert Dylan Vasquez. What's up, guys?
Robert. We have a nice little post show to talk about here. A lot of craziness happened after we posted our episode last week. Armin Sarukian pulled out with a back injury of his title fight.
It's very weird and abrupt,
Right.
very out of the blue. Happened at 1 a.m. going into Friday morning, Thursday night.
Yeah, like it was just there was no. I don't even remember hearing any like rumors. Oh, so and so might be hurt. We're hearing some stuff about him. And no, it's just you called me Friday afternoon. It was just like, did you hear what happened? No,
Dude, the news, when I called you, the news was 16 minutes old. And I was like, we're going to be the first ones on this shit. And then
Armin pulling out,
when you called me back, I was like, did you hear? And you're like, no, what? I was like, yes. Fuck yes.
fucking Armin, dude,
And
pulling out of his title fight.
Unfortunately, dude, he apparently, I don't know what happened. He and his team announced that last week he got injured during sparring.
Okay.
Okay. Now, when you have an injury, especially in your back, it matters what you eat, it matters what you drink. And when you're cutting weight, you're not doing either of those. So it's just, I couldn't imagine the excuse. He said he couldn't even stand or like sit up or anything. Just like bedridden.
Yeah. I mean, back injuries are definitely like incredibly debilitating. So like, it sucks. The timing is awful. Dana said he's going to have to win some fights before he gets another title fight.
Work his way back up.
That's what I mean. I think honestly, like one win should put him back in. But like, it's what happens. You get your title shot. You get hurt. It's like the worst of the worst.
Regardless, I stand by my original statement pre-show. Fuck Arman Sarukian. He's a pussy.
Fuck Armand.
Answer my DM, Arman.
And that moved up our boy Money Moicano to the main event. He can't afford to lose. Beneil Dariush
Poor guy.
was just completely removed from the entire pay-per-view.
Poor guy.
Gelton Almeida and Sergey Spivak got moved up to the main card.
Mm-hmm.
Was Payton Talbot versus Rhino the head prelim, or was Gelton?
I'm sure it was.
It probably was.
If not, I understand the switch.
But yeah, like some crazy happenings. Our boy Payton Talbot got wrestle fucked into his first UFC loss.
Got laid on, dude.
He got laid on. Maybe he'll go to the drawing board, get some of that. He's still like 23.
Yeah, he has so much time. He's got so much time.
Just he's got to work on his wrestling defense and
go to Dagestan. Send him to Dagestan.
Yeah, go work with Khabib for a year, dude.
Which has been proven. Maybe he doesn't need to go to Dagestan.
I mean, we'll see here. Maybe he needs to go to Georgia. Not the state, the country.
Where are they based out of? Where's Matt Serra based out of? Philly?
New York.
New York? Oh, yeah, 100%. 100% it's New York.
Yeah, so
maybe you go train up with Sarah Longo and all them.
I didn't watch nearly as much when Matt Serra was fighting. What was he known for? Was he a wrestler?
So his style?
Yeah.
Because what was he known for was a flash knockout of GSP.
I know the flash knockout. That's why,
and that was so you can't say
his full style.
But you can't say he wrestle fucked his way to beating GSP.
No, he knocked him out.
So I'm sure. I don't know if we've talked about the video before. I believe where Matt Serra is laying on that guy in the restaurant. Where guy's just whacked out of his mind. Matt, he's got his wrists and he's just like, calm down. I'm gonna fucking kill you.
I mean, I like Matt Serra. I like that Ray Longo team for the most part. They're kind of like underdogs up until recently. Now they're kind of Ray Longo's up there.
Well, hang on. They just had a champion in Aljamain Sterling for the past so-and-so fights. So it's like, are they?
No, but I'm saying they have 2 champions in the last couple of years. That's pretty good for a fairly small team. They don't got a lot of fighters.
Right.
They're not like, Top Team or these other
the boys from down under.
Bigger ones. Yeah. But yeah, so we'll get to some wrestling highlights here in a little bit.
God.
Let's talk about our boy Kevin Holland.
So
Rene de Ridier.
I admitted this to you as the biggest casual, the most casual I've been in a while. When this fight got signed, I knew that the other guy was going to win. Now, did I pick Kevin Holland? Yes. Am I standing by that? Yes. I didn't do my studying. I didn't do my due diligence. When this fight got signed, I was for sure like, oh shit, because he was a double champ in what, 1FC? Or what, Ryzen, 1FC?
Which I didn't know that until after the fact.
So I was like, oh shit, like he's coming over here. They're going to try to, build this guy, give him a name right off the bat. Unfortunately, that name was Kevin Holland. That being said, was it first round sub?
First round. Like, he dispatched Kevin easier than almost everybody except for Hamzat.
I mean, Hamzat-esque.
I mean, that was crazy. Hats off to this dude. Give him someone in the top 15 next. Give this dude a ranked fight. That was impressive. Like, he tapped Kevin, who's not a slouch in the submission realm.
So I don't think Kevin was all in. Did you see this thing with him and Quentin Rampage Jackson?
Yeah, I saw I didn't really. I watched the video and I really didn't understand what they were arguing over.
Do you know what a 4750 is?
Yeah, it's like ammunition.
You know what a 4750 is? If you don't know what a 4750 is, shut the fuck up. And I was like, all right, well, I don't know what it is. And he's like,
I didn't know it at the time. I Googled it afterwards. It's ammunition. It's like,
as a man, as a man, you should know what a 4750 is. Do you know what a 4750 is?
What? Why did he come at Rampage like that?
Who knows, bro? He's like,
that shit was weird.
And he's like, on the Jackson podcast, which, by the way, fuck Jackson. I haven't worn a chain since, dude.
Fuck you, dude.
Fuck Jackson, dude. Not Quentin Rampage Jackson. I don't want that smell.
Surely you would have got 1 purchase off of our 10 views.
Give me, come on. Jackson chains are fire. I will not wear one on this podcast. I might redact that and wear one, but for now.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. But no, he wasn't all in it. He even said, I don't even care about the fight this weekend. I want to fight you. And Rampage is like, you don't want to fight me. You don't want to fight me.
What are we doing? What's with all these guys calling out people that have been retired for almost 10 years and shit?
I don't know if you know this. Quentin has he has a fight signed.
Oh my god.
Do you know who with?
Chuck Liddell.
Sugar Rashad Evans, dude. And it's a boxing bout.
These guys can't stop. Dude.
Boxing is where the money is.
Yeah, they signed one boxing match against a super retired former fighter, and you just make some money.
At least they have a past. At least they did the Ultimate Fighter together.
They do.
They're just about 15 years too late. Legit.
Yeah.
Legit.
Yeah,
it's about
15 years too late, man. But how can you? It's so dumb to go on that podcast say you're not even thinking about this fight against Rene de Ridier. You deserve to lose.
Yeah, if you just come on,
that, dude.
Show up, dude. Be you. Be big mouth. Be you. And I understand, which there's no hate on Kevin Holland this way. I just don't understand how. Yes, use your big mouth, but in the right direction.
Yeah.
Don't spray and pray where everybody can get it. Do you know what a 4750 is?
Do you know what a 4750 is?
I had no clue. And when he goes, go ahead.
He took one I'll give you some ego. I'll give you some ego. I didn't fully understand that shit either. He just kept throwing that in there. What is this? What do you mean that I'll give you some ego?
I'll give you some ego. I don't really have much of an ego unless we're trying to hit a target with 4750 across the room. Then I was just like, All right, cool, dude.
Whatever, dude.
Sure. Speak your truth, Kevin Holland.
You know what a René Radier is? Now you do.
Now you do. Unfortunately.
He showed me. I may not pick against this guy in a while because that was impressive.
Well, you don't just become double champ in an organization, regardless. Regardless.
I wish I knew. I'm gonna have to start looking. I'm gonna have to do my own due diligence and look up these names I don't know on the main card and be like, okay, I come in and be like, yeah, I've watched all 17 of his amateur fights,
his kickboxing fights.
Yeah, it's like
chill, because we saw what happened at 125 with Pantoja and old boy that came over from Ryzen.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
Ryzen, they are good, yes, because you had old buddy, the guy that says the FOG or whatever, FAGGOT.
Oh yeah,
Manuel Cape, Cop. He's from Ryzen. Knocked old buddy out that came over to fight Pantoja. So I can't blame him for, like, not everybody in Ryzen sucks. I actually used to know a guy that trained me that fought in Ryzen. He got TP choked. Shout out to Justin Scoggins. I just, not everybody's going to suck, but not everybody's going to be good.
I mean, like, let's be honest. There's probably, like, a handful of dudes in all these organizations that could easily be a ranked UFC fighter. They just get signed to one promotion earlier in their career than UFC might have signed them, and that's where they take off. So, like, yeah, you get all these dudes they're fighting professionally. Demetrius Johnson went over to one
FC, yeah.
One, I like, he cemented his legacy as one of the GOATs, but he took some losses over there, or he took a loss at least.
He got knocked out.
Got knocked out, dude.
But the rules
he
are
avenged
different.
He avenged that knockout.
He did with a beautiful knockout. If you guys don't know, I think it was his last KO, because I think when they did the trilogy, he took him to decision.
Was it that knee against the cage?
Masterful, beautiful.
It was so sick.
So yeah, you can. That is my GOAT. He's one of the most entertaining fighters. If you watch all of his fights, he lost to Dominic Cruz, which Dominic Cruz has a fight coming up against Rob Font. It'll be his retirement fight. We're all over the place right now.
Yeah.
But all that being said, there is talent everywhere.
You gotta be ready, dude.
You have to be ready. And this guy, they didn't give him a slouch. Kevin Holland is legit as it comes. And
Ritter needs to be fighting again in the next few months.
René Dupree.
I want to see him fight again. Big Mouth says he wants to fight 6 to 7 times this year.
Whatever he can handle. He didn't take that much damage.
Yeah, he didn't take much damage in this
Choked
fight.
out.
So,
let him get his paycheck, dude. He makes a good bit. I saw the payouts, the disclosed payouts of this fight. Everybody made pretty good.
Yeah. Holland needs to be fighting like. I hate to say this because I like the guy, but Holland's never going to fight for a world title. Not on the trajectory he is now, unless, something could change. Like, something has changed in a lot of people to where something just clicks and they shoot up the rankings and get there. Like DuBronx,
sure,
he wasn't doing so hot early on in his career, and something just clicked for him.
But all Kevin needs to be is top 10. Legit. All he needs to be is top 10, because you saw what happened with Arman and Moicano. Beneil Dariush and Money Moicano, they were 5 and 6, I believe. Arman, number 1, falls out, and then you're calling on, I want to say Renato Moicano was 5 and Beneil was 6.
Moicano was 10.
Was he really?
He was the 10th ranked lightweight. I remember looking at it on the screen, because if you go, this is a way back call, but when Habib fought, was it
You're close. You're close.
Ali Quinta.
Ali Quinta. The realtor, the part-time fighter, part-time realtor.
If you're ranked anything past 10, you cannot win a title, even if you're in a title fight.
If you answer that call, though, at least you can show up.
Yeah.
So all Kevin needs to be is top 10. Like you said, shit can happen. Like, stuff can happen. Shake-ups, whatever. can't get there if he's not even top 15 though. He's not going to get that call.
He's not going to get that call. He needs to get some wins. Let's just see him fight people.
Give him some names. What is he? He fights 170 now, right?
Well, that was middleweight. It's 185.
He fought him at middleweight?
Yeah, and that's what they're talking about. It was like Ritter was way bigger than him.
Yeah.
But I feel so he seems to be one of these guys most affected by the 170 to 185 difference.
Mm-hmm.
He's way too small for middleweight, and it's too hard for him to cut down to welterweight.
Yeah.
He needs like a 175, a 180. And it's crazy that little bit of weight in our minds can make that big of a difference, but I guess
it's just, what is that weight though? Is that 5 pounds of fat or is that 5 pounds of muscle?
Well, he's a lean dude, even at 185. He's lean looking, so he's just a long, lanky dude. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Anyways, shout out to Rene Dupree. Don't mean to put any disrespect on his name. Rene de Ridder?
Yeah, it's actually Renier de Ridder.
De Ridder. De Ridder is all you need.
De Ridder, he showed out.
Shout out to him. Himself. Give him Hamzat next.
Oh my God. Let's move on.
Sure.
We both got this fight wrong. Next fight we didn't pick because it was on the prelims.
Yeah, I would have went with Jailton Almeida though.
I think I would have too.
Just his history, his knockout history, and everything.
Big favorite.
Yeah, sure. I went to get something to drink. Had it up on my phone.
Same exact. I was getting a drink when this knockout happened.
And I come back and I'm like, God damn it,
dude. Yeah. I don't even know. It was so quick. Yeah.
And it was TKO? It wasn't flash knockout?
I don't even know.
I'm pretty sure it was TKO. But like I said, this is the guy that Johnny Walker was supposed to fight, I think.
Ooh. Johnny Walker was moving up to heavyweight?
I don't know, but there's a tweet. I want to say that I'm right. This might be doom scrolling too much. Johnny Walker tweeted, and he was like, fuck you too. Borzgov? What's the guy's name?
You talking about the guy on the prelims?
I'm talking about the guy that fought.
Oh, Bogdan Guskov.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Yeah, that was a light heavyweight fight. He subbed that Billy Elicana dude.
Ah, so that's who he was. He was subtweeting. Actually, he didn't subtweet. He goes, "Fuck you too, dude." I gotta send it to you, dude.
It's just another one of these bald white weird European countries, Uzbekistan and Moldova. Yeah, Jailton Almeida, he ain't no slouch. He came in, he knocked this dude out in the first round. Let's see. Let's take a look at the heavyweight rankings while Robert's pulling up that.
Yeah, he goes, "Fuck you too, Bogdan, UFC 311."
Dude, Johnny Walker's something else. Why did Johnny Walker pull out of that fight?
Injury.
Okay.
And then he just had a tweet. He's like, when are you coming back? And he's like, when I'm healthy. No. Let me read it verbatim in Johnny Walker voice. Somebody said, "When you back?" at Johnny Walker. "When I heal and be able to go hard." Cool.
That's a Johnny Walker tweet if I've ever heard one.
That's all I need to know.
Jailton Almeida gets it done real quick against Sergey Spivak. Let's see. I think you put Jailton Almeida in a fight against someone like Alexander Volkov or Sergey Pavlovich next. Maybe a little
you put Almeida there?
Yeah.
Almeida won?
Yeah.
I saw Almeida down. I guess I was just tripping. I was sober for the fights.
Almeida won, bro.
Dude, I'm tripping. I was tripping. I totally thought the other guy won.
No, Spivak got knocked the fuck out. Almeida won. Yeah, give Almeida a title eliminator.
Sure. He's dude.
This dude's jacked.
Yeah.
He's talented. Let's
Yeah.
just get him. Let's get him in there. Let's see what happens. Tom Aspinall and John Jones will hopefully fight here in the next few months.
Who knows?
I know, right?
Who knows, dude?
I really want to see that fight at this point in the heavyweight division, but we need people for after that. I mean, if John wins and just retires, that would be crazy.
I mean, when John wins and when John retires.
Well, when John retires is accurate.
What do you mean? You're only giving me half of that?
I think I would take Aspinall. And I'm not even saying anything against John. Did he look that great against Stipe? Grandpa Stipe?
Okay. So, I'm not going to use any anomalies. I'm not going to use any metaphors. John rises to the occasion of his opponents. If you are that dude, he becomes that dude. Stipe, sure, no disrespect on Stipe's name. It is an old and withered Stipe. John knew, okay, do I have, like, Alexander Gustafsson turned out to be more than he bargained for.
Yeah.
So, he rose the occasion. It took him 5 rounds.
But that was almost like 10 years ago. John has not done that in a long time.
He did it to DC. That was 2018, which, all right, 6 years ago, fine.
Yeah, that's
fine.
Going on 7 years ago.
Surreal gone. Didn't really have to rise to much. Knew that he could out wrestle him. Didn't have to wrestle Stipe at all. He knows, bro. He can gauge.
I know he knows.
He can gauge whether he's going to take on Tom or not, and what kind of fight it's going to be.
We haven't seen John become the John we know at heavyweight. Is all I'm saying.
Fair.
Anyway.
Who has Tom Aspinall fought though? Who has he fought that's even half the caliber of John Jones? Curtis Blades, and Curtis Blades beat him the first time.
Let's be honest. No one's the caliber of, like, if we're going to look historically, no
I
one's
said
the
half.
caliber of John Jones.
I said half. Half. I mean, no one.
Dude, Pavlovich was looking like a murderer when he got beat.
Was
exactly. We're talking about was. Like, that's all this is talking about was.
And they were throwing bones at each other.
Yeah.
There was no, like, Tom didn't show any, like, strategy. It was just literally like caught him, like, oh, anybody can get caught at heavyweight.
I'm ready to see that fucking fight.
Give Tom Aspinall Mark Hunt and see if Mark Hunt doesn't walk away with a walk-off KO. That's all I'm saying.
You know what?
Okay. Let's get back on the card. I'm a little fired up.
GG's Almeida.
I was tripping.
Let's go on to what was a super fun fight in Jiri Prohaska and Jamal Hill.
Sure.
This one I think is like this is like the last point earned, and this one fight will give me bragging rights because it's the only one we differed on that.
I had him, man. He was doing all right.
It was a good fight. I think they both got some good shots in there, but man, Yuri's just so freaking weird.
You know when I knew that Jamal was fucked?
When?
Have you ever seen, now this is a weird callback and I need you to be on my team, but have you ever seen iCarly? Where she takes an MMA fight against that girl from Victorious? For those of you who don't watch old school Nickelodeon, there was an iCarly episode where Carly comes out and she's like this.
Yeah, she got that stance.
Jiri, they're announcing him, or he's about to fight, and he's just like this. And I was like, fuck, he's gonna keep his hands up.
Dude, Jiri hit some awkward looking stances.
And he had no ponytail. Donated it, I believe.
He shaved it off, man. Someone called him Skinhead Jiri. Dude, that's a fun fight. It was as fun as I expected it to be.
There were fireworks. There were some.
There were fireworks. Each person had a couple moments of their own, where they were looking really good. But Jiri does what Jiri does. He's the best light heavyweight minus one man.
I feel like Jamal was reaching. He was reaching a lot on his punches. And then where where Jiri would throw boom boom, like, or he would throw like maybe a 1-2 or like a 2-3. Jamal, he would be like boom 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 boom, like hit him with combos, but it was just peppering him. It wasn't, which I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of Jamal's shape either.
Dude, if that man cut that gut, he could probably be a terror at 185.
But he's just gonna be him, and that's all he needs to be.
And that's fine. Like I said before, he started acting like a bitch after the Pereira fight. I like Jamal Hill, and I want to see him win because he's a great fighter, dude.
Sure, he is.
But Yuri's so awkward and weird and excited. Like, he's fun as hell to watch.
Very explosive. His movements. You would think his movements cost him a lot of energy. He manages it very well.
They probably do, but it doesn't seem to bother him because he's really explosive. He takes these like weird long steps and kind of explodes from the side and will do these crazy things. And it was a great fight. I don't know really. Apparently, what they said right before the fight, and I didn't know this, that he was thinking about moving down to 185.
Mm-hmm.
But he's re-engaged and he's locked in the light heavyweight. I don't know what you.
Dude looks big.
He was jacked.
Did you see his call out? Did you see his call out after the victory?
No, I don't remember it.
He wants a third fight with Alex.
I mean, that's all. Where he's at, what are you supposed to do? Who else do you call out?
It's kind of like an old school like Max versus Volkanovski. Like, you have to.
It's exactly that situation. Like, what are you supposed to do? You take out Jamal Hill.
If you do not go ahead,
anyone else, you've taken out everyone else you fought in the light heavyweight division except for Alex.
If you do not have the touch of death, that awkwardness and that unorthodox style is going to get you, because when you're unorthodox and you're putting yourself in precarious positions, but you're not getting caught. Okay, cool. Now you have the angle. Now you have the advantage or the leverage. With Alex, try that shit. Come into my.
It does not affect him.
Because he's going to catch you and he's going to fucking put you to sleep.
He's going to kill you.
I don't want to see the third fight.
Well, he's got a fight on the horizon just announced during this fight that the Ankalaev fight is on.
Did you see the clip when Jiri and Jamal are fighting? Alex is in the crowd and he speaks Portuguese, so he's just like, I'll translate it verbatim. He goes, "Hey, kids, stop fighting before I take my belt off." And he's like,
dude, Alex is hands down become like the most popular fighter with barely being able to speak English.
Dude, I cannot stand that. I'm like, if you're a star, you need to be able to speak English. Or if you're on that trajectory, you're on that way, say something. Everyone at the press conference during Jamal and Jiri trying to speak, Chama.
Dude, Alex is the most over fighter. Like,
he's over.
He's over as fuck.
He's over, dude.
Alex is, oh my god, he's so fucking cool. And I think he proves that if you have this aura, this something about you, you don't have to speak English. If you are like a legit superstar, which is not a lot of people.
Go ahead.
I'm talking like a handful of people max have this type of aura about them that it doesn't fucking matter what language you speak. You're that dude.
Well, when he does speak, you have to see. I think it's even scarier. Do you remember? Of course you do. But when the Undertaker was like, he wasn't American Badass. He wasn't like cutting promos and stuff. The most that
Post-American Badass?
Post-American Badass. Yeah. When all he would really say is like rest in peace or some like fucking eyes go back and shit.
Yeah, dude.
It's almost scarier for him not to talk.
It really is.
For Alex to just be like, Chama.
This man of few words.
That's all. He doesn't need words.
It's something about it, dude.
The style fights.
It's real, dude.
The style speaks for itself.
When you have like hands of stone, that's all you need. I'm excited. I hope Ankalaev does not wrestle fuck Alex.
I
would be
hope
so
that the
sad.
Curtis Blades Derek Lewis fight happens.
I,
I hope he shoots in and Alex just boom uppercut.
I need that to happen, dude.
Yeah, dude. Ankalaev, no, it's. You can ask Izzy. It's like, okay, you think he doesn't have wrestling? You try to take him down. You try to
All he needs is defensive wrestling. That's all you really need. If you could stop a couple takedowns, that's more than if you get one stopped takedown early on in the fight. That's enough to throw the mental game off completely.
And I also think, and I don't want to be like this, but our sport is kind of dirty sometimes. All he has to do is, if he gets held up against the cage, okay, well, next round starts on the feet, land something, land some kicks. His kicks to the leg are not like anybody else's. You know when
Really,
Ankalaev and Jan Blachowicz fought.
those legs were beat the hell up.
Legs were fucked up. That was a draw. Alex has badass leg kicks. He's got distance. He's got striking. Ankalaev's going to be shooting for his life.
And let's be okay. And we need to stop breaking this fight.
Sure.
It's coming, but Ankalaev has said that's not really his style. Like people have kind of pushed that on him, but he says he's like, wrestling is not his
forte,
preferred style.
Yeah.
So like we'll see what happens when that happens, but. Jiri got the dub.
So back to Jiri and Jamal. Did you see Jamal afterwards?
No.
He's like on he's like on his hands and knees, and he's having like a rough time with the loss.
I mean, I want to feel bad for the guy, but you can't. No excuses for this one, man. There was no awkward stoppage. There's no nothing. Jiri finished you.
And it's easy to cope when you do have a built-in excuse. It's easy to cope when you have the ref stop it over a weird nut shot and then he resumes it too quickly in your opinion. It's like you can go to that. You can sleep well at night knowing that fuck.
I have something.
Yeah, it was that.
Yeah.
This is I got stopped. Beautiful 2-3. What's up?
Could you say it was an early stoppage at all? Just throwing a little fire out there. I
would have liked a more definitive stoppage. Yes. Was it
maybe
early?
Like a half second longer?
It wasn't the first time he had been dropped, though. If it was the first time he had been dropped, I would have been like, oh, dude, stop. What are you doing? He got dropped in round 1. I want to say there was something sketchy before that. Maybe he got dropped again.
Yeah, he got dropped a couple times, or maybe just he definitely got hurt a few times.
Right. But that 2-3 was just, you saw it go it scraped barely across his jaw, and then Jiri, and when you see Jiri just load up all the muscles in his shoulder and back.
Dude, his shoulders were
boom.
It's
fantastic, man. He's a fantastic fighter. Take nothing away from Jiri. Who do you give Jiri next? You have to give him Alex, right? Or the winner of Ankalaev, Alex?
Yeah. You definitely gave him, you gotta give him that. Let's pull up the rankings again. Where are we at?
Sure.
If not, dude, I don't know. I feel like anybody under Jiri is not warranted. But he's only got Ankalaev and Alex Pereira above him. So I don't know. What do you do?
This is the title eliminator, or at least the number 1 contender eliminator.
I guess you give him Alex again. When Alex hopefully beats Ankalaev.
Whatever.
Whatever, dude.
We got 2 more.
We got a co-main event, which ended up being fight of the night.
God, I hate this guy.
I slept on him,
I hate him. I hate him so much.
Wabashvili versus Umar Nurmagomedov. Umar arguably wins rounds 1 and 2.
Yeah, dude, I don't get it. Dude, somebody gave him 49-46.
It was looking. He definitely wins round 1 and 2. So one of the judges got that fight, one of those wrong, but it was close enough. I guess it doesn't really matter. After that, Merab takes over. The machine clicks on and really kind of just dominates him for the rest of the fight. He's taking Umar down. He's stuffing takedowns. He's looking at Khabib like, this is your boy?
Umar got one though. Umar got one where he had his
Umar
back
did get one.
and he like kicked the leg out from under him. That was sick. That was nasty.
Merab
got right back up.
Holding on to Merab, trying to get this takedown, and Merab's like, "What are you doing?" Like,
bro, that's
crazy. That's crazy work.
You were texting me. You go, he just emoted on him.
He was emoting on Umar. He took him down later in the fight. He goes,
"You see this?"
Merab's not to be fucked with.
Which he hit him with a hip tackle a couple times. You know that's illegal in the NFL now?
Yeah, the hip tackle, the drop.
He fucking hip dropped him, dude.
He did.
Set him on his ass. Set a Nurmagomedov on his ass. That's why we were talking about earlier. It's like, okay, we'll go train with Habib. And it's like, that might not be what you need to do. That might not be the team anymore.
Crazy. That may not be. Maybe Merab's the machine is accurate because he did not slow down any of that fight. Round 5 was obviously a little bit less intense, but like 4 rounds of like this high intensity is, oh my god, he didn't even look tired. He's emoting on him the whole fight. Merab's something else, dude.
And the thing is, it's like, okay, if he shoots on you and he doesn't get the takedown, he's not like disheartened at all.
No,
he's gonna go for another one and another one.
He is the machine. That's what the name's so fitting, dude. Umar after the fight says, "I think I won that fight." I don't think he did, bro.
He goes. I don't know if I won or lost. I'm gonna have to watch it back. I broke my hand, and it's like, which his hand did look fucked up.
I'm sure it did get fucked.
I can make my hand look fucked up after a fight. If you were to ask me like, "Hey Robert, is your hand fucked up?" I'd be like, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I broke something.
Okay, cool. You broke your hand. You have a lot of other weapons, and he threw some sloppy question mark kicks. His kicks were supposed to be there. He had a teep all day. I was severely disappointed. I wanted Merab to lose because I am a Merab hater.
You were definitely a Merab hater.
Not of his lifestyle. He trains hard. He's a good dude. It's not my favorite to see.
He's just a goober.
He's a goober, dude.
He is such a goober. And when he dominates these guys like this, like he's got one of the craziest bantamweight resumes.
Yeah.
Cejudo, O'Malley, Aldo, Nurmagomedov. Like,
where does he go?
I don't see. He's such a small dude. I can't see him moving up.
Somebody posted the other day. I forget who it was. It was just some dude. I think it was on Reddit. Oh no, it was on Instagram. It was at one of those taunting memes or whatever. Somebody goes, "Does he move up a weight class to fight Islam?" And I clicked on the replies, and the first reply was casual. Like, he would have to move up two weight classes. You fucking moron.
I don't see him. He doesn't strike me as a guy that's going to move up at all.
Well, he didn't want to fight Aljo, and Aljo's at 145 now.
He's a smaller dude. Maybe he goes down to flyweight.
That would be nuts.
I feel like Pantoja's starting to, probably wanting to move up to like.
God bless Pantoja if he tries to move up.
Yeah, Pantoja. Normally, I'm pretty anti wanting to move up or down until like you've really cleared things out. Pantoja's done pretty well, and there's not a ton of names at flyweight for him.
You got Brandon Moreno, but he's already beat him.
Kai France.
It was to the point where Pantoja called out Mighty Mouse.
Yeah.
And he's just like, no. So it's like, okay, you know what you just did? Instead of being like Islam and being like, hey, anybody who wants this belt, come to the cage and try to take it. He calls out a retired fighter, proving to Dana White, proving to Hunter Campbell, Sean Shelby, proving to the MMA community, all right, well, there's nobody left at 125. We might as well ditch this fucking division like they were going 2 years ago. You fucking moron.
Yeah. But back to Merab.
want to read you the top 5, and I'm going to give you who I think could slip into a title fight just because of what he's done already. So you got Sean at 1, who said he's going to be out for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Umar at 2, Peter Yan. That's another name that Merab's beaten pretty handily. Corey Sandhagen. But at 5, there is a former champion who's moved his way up the bantamweight rankings, and just because it would be clean blood, fresh meat, to give Davis and Figueiredo a title shot.
Did Davison beat Peter Yan?
Is that happened?
I think so.
Peter Yan won, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like you can't do that. Fresh blood,
Yeah,
yes, I agree with you, fresh blood, but it's like I think because Merab, I don't think he landed a single takedown on Peter Yan.
What are you talking about? Isn't it the one where he took him down?
I don't think he had much success with Peter Yan.
Let's see. I could pull up the stats of that fight.
I might be tripping, but Jesus Christ.
Merab landed 11 takedowns on Yan.
Did he?
Yes, that's the one where he went off with the takedown.
Aldo, that was the one. Sorry, I get them mixed up. He is where Aldo was pressed up against the cage and he was like fake yawning and shit like that.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, he's probably going to fight somebody he's already beaten at this rate. Sandhagen lost to Nurmagomedov. Yan, Peter Yan's last fight was Figueiredo still. You could argue, okay, maybe Peter Yan's next. Out of the top 5, it almost looks like it has to be Peter Yan unless Sean comes back for his rematch.
Do you give Sean Peter Yan?
I don't know, dude. I don't know what you do at bantamweight.
That rematch, title eliminator, because you're gonna have to make it. You're gonna have to make it compelling. It's like, all right, well, he's already beaten the couple guys at the top.
I think the problem with that is that Sean's probably gonna be out for a while longer now.
Sure.
And I don't know if Merab will want to wait on that fight to decide his next fight. So I think I think you're probably seeing Jan Dwabashvili 2 announced sooner rather than later. That would be my guess.
If that's what they got to do, I mean, he's kind of in an Alex Pereira situation. Where
yeah.
It's all right, cool.
He's had so many fights prior to winning his title that he's cleaned it out prior to being champ.
Which you got to Usman. You got to clean it out twice.
He just that's probably what's going to happen at this point. But yeah, dominant looking performance from Merab.
God.
Goobed on him, emoted on him, hit the Fortnites on him. It is what it is. But Coach Khabib comes back here in the main event of the night.
Sure.
And very short work, under a minute.
Light
work for champion Islam Makhachev taking on the number 10th ranked lightweight Renato Moicano. Moving up.
With Arman in or out, my pick was always going to be Islam.
Yeah, we weren't going to sway from Islam. Islam is like, he's so dominant right now. Renato, he even said it after the fight. He's like, I don't know if I'll ever get another chance like this. I don't know if I was ever going to get this chance, so I had to take it. Unfortunately, levels to this was very clear because Moicano was on the tear prior to this, and he just looked like absolutely nothing. Islam didn't care who was on the other side of the cage that last night.
He hit him with his favorite choke. He hit him with the Dars. Nice Dars. Beautiful Dars, dude.
Sunk it in so quick, dude. And the strength Islam has, I bet he could choke out a damn rhinoceros in that hole.
At least a horse.
Definitely a horse, dude.
See those necks?
See his lats, dude?
Dude, he's mad. He is jacked.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting how fucking jacked he is.
There's really nothing else to say about this fight in particular. Islam walked in,
one and done,
just dominated him.
Not even a whole round.
Took almost no damage, and
Moicano's got jiu-jitsu IQ though. He let him set up that front headlock. He let him get into Dars. He let him, and then he panic tapped like they all do. They all get in that Dars or that head and arm triangle. His squeeze.
Is it a panic tap or is it just Islam's strength? It's too much.
Well, I'm quoting Joe Rogan and DC. They're like, they get in this position and they're like, hey, it's like 1, 2, that's a tap. 1, 2, 3, that's a tap. Charlie Olive's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like that's a panic tap. You're like, please get this guy off me. Like
I see. Okay, yeah.
That's what it is. It's not. They're not prematurely tapping. It's like
they're just
the squeeze is so immense where they're like, oh, okay,
get me out of here.
Yep.
Get me out of here fast.
Dustin Poirier. It just, that squeeze gets them to a point where they're like, this is so, like, no, everybody's like, oh, you got to go out on your shield. You got to go to sleep. I'm disappointed.
No. Well, I don't understand that mindset. Like, occasionally it's going to happen.
It hurts, man.
And it's badass. It's pretty badass when like a dude is able to not tap.
Sure.
But like at the end of the day, tap, motherfucker.
If you want to get out of there,
save your brain some oxygen, man.
Yeah.
Save your arm from getting broken. Save your leg from getting broken.
Yeah, tap.
Just fucking tap. If it's done, it's done. There's no point going out on your shield in that situation.
He was cinched. He was synced in, dude.
So strong.
God.
I mean, from here it looks like he's taking on Charlie Olives again.
Probably.
I think that's what's going to happen here. At least. Oh man, Islam's definitely a guy that, so a lot of his defenses have come off of short-nosed fighters.
Sure.
But like at a certain point, this dude I think could move up to welterweight if he wanted to.
Yeah. I don't see him going down.
He's not going down. He's way too big to go down, dude.
So big.
Some people. So, who do you have all time, Khabib or Islam? That conversation is being started.
Well, he has more defenses than Khabib.
Yes, he does.
Islam hasn't beaten Justin Gaethje.
No, but I don't see that fight happening.
Islam hasn't beaten Conor McGregor. Islam has beaten Dustin Poirier, and a really good Dustin Poirier.
Yeah.
Khabib subbed Justin in 2, subbed Dustin in 3, subbed Conor in 4. He's getting it where Khabib is getting it done. You have the Volkanovskis beating the shit out of Islam the first fight.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, getting knocked out the second fight. You have him going 5 rounds with Dustin Poirier, unable to finish him until some rodeo move where he swings his leg out from under him.
Yeah.
Islam is his own guy. The comparison, I get it. I do. He's his own dude.
And I think the only reason they're even doing the comparison at this point is just like they're 1 and 2 for like lightweight GOAT. So,
well, the only reason that would keep Islam being that is because he's not undefeated.
I think, well, agreed. But if Islam has another couple title defenses that are as dominant, I think at a certain point you give Islam the lightweight GOAT just because he defended for so long.
I think he's already the lightweight GOAT.
Yeah, it's very possible.
In my opinion, like you said, you can get it done like Khabib. You can get, I mean, like, you have Eddie Alvarez who lost to Conor McGregor, but Eddie Alvarez beat RDA who was on a tear at 155. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a crazy conversation. Looking forward to seeing what Islam does next because he's just that dominant, dude.
I mean, he's got who's at 170? Bilal
Bilal.
I don't think he's fighting Bilal. They have the same manager, I think. Ali Abdelaziz, I think that's who it is.
Yeah, you're right.
And just like the Usman fight, like Habib was like, I don't want to fight Usman. And Usman's like, I don't want to fight Izzy. These guys, I'm not saying that anybody's bitching out or anybody's scared, but it's like the Merab Aljo effect is like, I'm all over the place today, but hopefully, it sticks, the analogies and stuff. These guys can't do that. They can't just, I'm not going to fight him or I'm not going to fight him. It's like, okay, well, then there's just going to be no movement. It's going to be very stagnant. It's going to be a boring product. Champ is not, I'm going to ruin my friendship over this or I'm trying to take money out of your family's mouth. It's just cementing legacy.
Yeah, dude. You got to do something. Yeah, that's UFC 311. They made a lot of announcements for March. The March pay-per-view is looking really stacked.
Sick.
It's going to be a great one.
But that's 2 months away. We have UFC 312 next month. Who headlines that one? Dricus du Plessis and Sean Strickland. So that's a fun one. Well, we should quickly talk about UFC London. The fight night that's pretty freaking stacked.
Who is it? Leon versus Jack
Leon
Della Maddalena?
Maddalena. I like Della Maddalena.
You're just going to gloss over Izzy being on a fight night?
Dude, honestly, it still doesn't register in my brain.
Oh.
It's crazy. Imavov?
Which, do it. Get your wings under, or get the wind underneath your wings, man.
What if he loses to Imavov?
Don't even.
Dude. He's
been training with Robert Whittaker's. Chill, Brett. Izzy's got it.
I agree. I'm not saying he will. It's getting intense. Oh, man. I'm going to have to, that's the same night as the Royal Rumble, I believe. I'm sure that fight will be on just after that.
If not before. I don't know where it is. Where is it? It's in like South Africa.
Where is this fight? Let's see. Yeah, they're doing a good job of, now that these two companies are together, I'm glad because they don't tend to
go at each other. Yeah.
Yeah, like they have in the past. Where is the fight? Give me the name. Saudi Arabia. So, 12 p.m. This fight should be over prior to that.
Yeah, dude.
But I'm gonna definitely watch this fight.
Where's the Royal Rumble at?
Indianapolis.
Ah.
It's in Saudi Arabia next year.
I'm going to see old Cena on Raw in a couple weeks.
Where's Raw at?
Charlotte.
Oh, yeah, nice. That's a good one.
He better fucking be there, dude.
I have to see Cena one time before he retires.
Mm-hmm.
I need to hear that song live again.
I've never seen him.
It's electric, dude. I love Cena. You can't hate Super Cena.
Super Cena? Yeah, you can hate on that.
You can hate Super Cena, but
anyways, this is not a WWE podcast. We're just saying TKO.
We're just talking.
Organization, owning both companies, Endeavor and that group and all them jazz heads. But yeah, man, UFC 311 didn't fail, but it didn't deliver in my mind. We'll see what happens with 312. We'll see what happens with UFC. Was it Fight Night London?
Yeah, I think it's a fight night. This can't be the full card.
And cards are always subject to change.
When is our boys Michael Chandler and Patty the Batty not on the UFC fight?
I'm not
London
sure.
Fight night?
I'm not sure. Michael Chandler's too big of a star to put him on a fight night.
Leon Edwards versus Jack Della Maddalena. Jan Blachowicz versus Carlos Ulberg. That's a pretty good fight night in its own right. Let's look at Chandler versus Patty. When is that?
I'm not sure if that's official yet.
Did I not see that?
I sent it to you.
Okay.
And then it was rumored on a podcast or two ago.
Okay, so it's not an official fight. Okay.
Not
Fair
yet.
enough.
Not yet.
Fair enough.
And in March, you have Dan Hooker, Justin Gaethje.
That's going to be a absolute war.
And then you have
5-round co-main event.
Oh God. Then you have Henry Cejudo versus Song Yadong. That's gonna be fire.
This will be good.
But
some good fights coming up, boys.
Good fights coming up, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure our demographics have 0 women watching this, but if you're a woman and you're watching it, comment down below.
Like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. Kyle, do you have anything else for our friends?
Just that I love you guys, and I think we're done.
Dustin Poirier!
Dustin Poirier!
Bye, guys.
Bye.